So this is always kind of a weird day where it's possibly the last day of training. Do you think about that, and how do you approach a sort of win or go home game at this point? You guys seem to have a lot of experience with this.
Yeah, I think our team is kind of built for big moments. I think we certainly step up to the pressure, the one-off games, and this is certainly one of those. Although it's a series, it's a win or go home type of game, and so I'm excited to see the mentality that we bring, the intensity that we bring to the game. But that practice, in terms of practice, it's never in our mind that it could be the last one, because we're preparing for a series, and we're hoping that we go through after this game.
You were at the Kraken last night. How was that?
Yeah, it's great. The atmosphere is awesome there as always. They do a great job, obviously, with their new jerseys. Really cool. And then obviously, um, you know, we're talking about our game, right? It's important to also talk about our game and the implications that it has. So did a few interviews there, but overall, it was just a great experience.
Christian, I think it's probably the first Halloween that your daughter is gonna remember. How did she dress, and what was the experience?
Yeah, she was a shark, and my wife and I were lifeguards. Our dog was a shark as well. So it was a great experience. She actually took candy out of her bucket and gave it back. And so that was a fun experience. It might have to be a tradition for her to do that, but it was great. And obviously, the weather didn't cooperate, but we were still out there as parents, as you guys know.
And this season has been going pretty well for you. I think it's kind of interesting that you're like close to 30 and you have one of the best seasons ever. What do you look forward for in next season? Obviously, it's a World Cup year and all of that.
Yeah, every year seems to have something, right? This year was the Club World Cup, and then we obviously won Leagues Cup. Um, you know, and then we had the playoffs, and hopefully we can make a run there. Next year, obviously the World Cup. Hopefully I can get called into the next camp, and then also, um, take it day by day and camp by camp. And there's, I think, another camp in March, and so hopefully make that camp, and hopefully overall make the World Cup squad. But I need to take advantage of opportunities, and I need to come into the season next year sharp and ready to go, because it's a World Cup year, and there's a chance that I can make it.
How important is it for you guys just to sort of get on the board early in a game like this?
Yeah, I mean that's the topic of discussion, because this is a team that thrives off 0-0 games. When you start committing more guys forward, you leave more room for transition for them, and then obviously set pieces for them as well. And so it can be frustrating even on our end to not score early. Overall, if we can put one in the back of the net, obviously the game will open up for us. And then now, can we find another goal? But yeah, frustrating that one of those opportunities didn't go in Minnesota. It could have changed the game entirely, and that's what we need to do this game.
So, Christian, there's been a lot of talk about who should be the goalkeeper for penalties. I'm just wondering if you've been lobbying for your brother to go in goal because he's pretty good. He never got scored against.
Yeah, I mean, his record is quite tremendous, to be honest. His save per goal ratio, per game ratio, his minute ratio. I mean, this guy should have been nominated for goalkeeper of the year that year. So, um, but in all seriousness, we got two great goalies, and I'm happy for them to compete. I would say, well, obviously with Jacob as well, but Jacob's injured right now. But if we need a third in penalties, Alex can be a shout.
How would you how would you describe your personal confidence in penalties as far as taking them?
Yeah, I've struggled. Look, I'm not going to shy away from my percentage in penalty shootouts and regular penalties. And in that moment, right, we need players to step up. I raised my hand, and I felt good about shooting it, and it doesn't go in. You have to practice again and give yourself a confidence going leading up to it. So in training, right, it's different in training versus games, but you do well in training, and it becomes frustrating when you don't do it in the game. So we've got great penalty shooters in our lineup and off the bench. So if my name is called, they'll be ready again. But I do feel like we have some good penalty shooters that we were probably missing in our last game. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
you.
Yeah.